I'm Ron Elds, member of the Board of Direction of the Mercantile Library and Art Museum in St. Louis, a true treasure of our community. For reference on the westward expansion of our country, for riverboats, for railroads, and a lot more, it's all at the Mercantile.
I'm Charles E. Brown, the Assistant Director and Head of Reference here at the Mercantile Library at the University of Missouri, St. Louis, the oldest library west of the Mississippi. And I'm here to invite you and anyone else around the world to come and use our resources as they are vast in their capacity.
It's interesting. The very first building that the Mercantile Library was in was a home to the very first reference service in the community. In those days we used to give people the rare material and put them alone in a room and lock them up in there. By the second building, Mercantile Library was about the 10th largest library in the United States. And the Post-Dispatch at that time referred to us as a student's library, one that students from not schools just per se, but from all walks of life could get an education. So I like to think of the idea that the Mercantile is a student's library, and it was a great quote that I used when we dedicated the third building here at the University of Missouri St. Louis and went back to the old times when we were the early reference library of St. Louis, and we could refer now in earnest to the modern students, the young people who use us day to day at the university, as well as our old heritage as being a student's library in the largest sense of that term.
I'm Gregory P. Ames, curator of the Barriger National Railroad Library. The library is the world's largest railroad archive of its kind, and it serves the needs of railroad historians, researchers, railroaders themselves, and the general public.
I'm Brett Jones, the presentation editor at the St. Louis Beacon, and one of the reasons I really like the Mercantile Library is it lets us sort of augment the reporter's knowledge of the area and its history with some visual resources and some archival resources, and it lets us sort of bring those things back to show readers who might not have been around then or who might have forgotten about it, people who might be new to the area. It's a really great resource to show almost anything about the history of St. Louis and the surrounding area.
For research, for reference, for art, because it is an art museum as well, and for history, Americana, it is all here at the Mercantile.